Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday afternoon. Today from Enderlin, it's the loser out portion of the Region 1 baseball tournament, as two games will have one that still advances and one that will come to a close here between Enderlin and the Oak Grove Grovers, and it'll be the same for the Ball Stars and Northern Cass. Survive and Advance is the name of the game for the final two today, where the number 9 seed in the Enderlin Eagles and the number 5 seed of the Oak Grove Grovers match up today on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll go over our bracket breakdown, get to our starting lineup, stat and more still to come today from Enderlin.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we continue today here from Oaks, as the Kindred Vikings and the Enderlin Eagles taking a look at how these two teams got to this point. For Enderlin, a win over Lisbon in the play-in contest, in the play-in round. Then eventually the number 9 seed played the number 1 seed in Kindred. Kindred scored 3 runs in the first inning. Enderlin would add 1 in the second, but then the Vikings put up 3 runs in the second, 13 runs in the third. That was really capped off by a Fisher-Johnson grand slam, then 2 runs in the fourth, and a 21-3 win for the Kindred Vikings over the Enderlin Eagles. Enderlin with the run driven in by Avery Finger, and alongside Weston Clausen picking up the loss was Carson Gruba, going inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 5 runs. 4 that were earned with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. While on the opposite side for the Oak Grove Grovers, as they were in the 5-4 matchup as they made their way to Sargent County and ended up falling short in that contest against the Sargent County Bulldogs and blanking their way here as the number 5 seed. Going through the last couple of seasons, Oak Grove's kind of been that interesting team that all of a sudden could be that last 3 or 4 squads remaining that have made their way trying to get a deep little bit of a run. But they came up with a 7-4 loss at the hands of the Sargent County Bulldogs back on Tuesday. In that contest, Sargent County scored the first 2 runs of the game and never trailed as they put up 7 runs on 8 hits, while Oak Grove put up 4 runs on 5 hits in that game. 3 runs driven in by Cole Fury for the Bulldogs, while for Oak Grove, they were led in terms of runs driven in by a couple of different players as Boonhoff was able to get a run driven in with Bjornsson, and alongside from there able to get a couple of runs scored by Kramer as well. For the Grovers, able to see Elliott pitch 4 2/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts in a loss for the Oak Grove Grovers. As earlier this season between Enderlin and Fargo Oak Grove matching up here in Region 1 baseball in a win-or-go-home contest today between the Eagles and alongside the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. These two teams meeting for another time this season, as earlier in the year able to play a couple of games against each other in a March the 30th contest, a 15-3 loss for Enderlin and a 8-10 loss for the Enderlin Eagles earlier as well. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to our starting lineup. Stat and more still to come here today from Oaks.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank Community Bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we continue here on the pregame show today, taking a look at our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Earlier today, the Kindred Vikings with a 4-1 win over Sargent County, and Oaks falls to Central Cass by a final of 9-2. So Kindred and Central Cass will play at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in the semifinals. Oaks will play the winner of this game tomorrow at 1 p.m. in a loser-out game tomorrow at 1. Sargent County will go up against the winner of our next contest with Northern Cass and the Ball Stars at 4 o'clock, and then those two game winners at 1 and 4 will play each other in a final winner-go-home contest scheduled at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Monday, we'll have a loser-out game at 4 o'clock, championship to follow then, if needed, championship game number 2 on Tuesday. That's all pending Mother Nature as well. And with Kindred winning today, we know that it will be the championship series is scheduled to be in Kindred on Monday and Tuesday as the highest seed remaining and the number 1 seed entering the Region 1 baseball tournament. That, again, is a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. From everyday banking to ag and business lending, Bank North supports local families and businesses with financial solutions rooted in community commitment and local decisions. For more, go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So the Oak Grove Grovers coming off a loss against Sargent County. Enderlin a win over Lisbon, 7-5 in the playing game, and then a loss to Kindred in 5, 22-3. The Enderlin Eagles so far have had 6 different pitchers in 2 games with Carson Gruba, Avery Finger, Wyatt Lund, Wesson Clausen, Ethan Simbir, and Orina Dargo. We're going to see Orina Dargo on the mound. He came on and closed out the game in Lisbon. 21 pitches thrown in that contest. Well, for the Oak Grove Grovers, Elliot Butenhoff with 89 pitches thrown against Sargent County, and then James Henderson with 24 pitches thrown as well. They've used just 2 for head coach Gabe Duncan. Kevin Brotland, the head coach here for the Enderlin Eagles. We're going to see Ethan DeFiore, the freshman, on the mound here today for the Oak Grove Grovers. We'll take a break. When we come back, starting lineups, the opening pitch, then and more still to come from Cummings Field. This is the Region 1 baseball tournament here in Oaks.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Welcome back here to Oaks, North Dakota, where today, game number 3 of 4 from the Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. Currently, just at the 4 o'clock hour in Oaks, it's 78 degrees. Wind still giving a good gust. Not nearly as windy as what it was this morning when we came here. Those were some pretty good wind gusts making its way through, where it was like a dust bowl making our way to Oaks at particular times. But right now, gusts up to 20-25 miles throughout the day. If we can handle this, not as bad as what it was earlier in the morning, where you maybe hit one to first base and it could land up to second base, depending on how high and how much you had for a little hang time on that. But currently still feels like summer. That's the main thing, as we're going to get games in throughout the course of today and alongside tomorrow. And we'll see what Monday, Tuesday has in store just with Mother Nature and weather when we dip back down into the 50s as well. Take a look at our starting lineups first for the visitors on the scoreboard in the Enderlin Eagles here today. They'll go like this. Carson Gruba, the senior shortstop, will be batting leadoff here for Gruba. Weston Clausen, the junior catcher, will be batting second. Ethan Simbira, the junior center fielder, third, with Orion Adargo, the cleanup batter, will be batting fourth. Gabe Hoy, the junior right fielder, fifth, with Monty, the eighth grader, second baseman. Wolfman here for Enderlin. Avery Finger, the another eighth grader, the third baseman, batting seventh. Wyatt Lund, the senior first baseman, batting eighth, with Tegan Adargo, the sophomore designated hitter, batting ninth. Then Avery Craig will be out in left field here for the Enderlin Eagles. Again, Gruba, Clausen, Simbira, Orion Adargo, Hoy, Loftman, with Finger, Lund, Tingen Adargo, and Avery King here for Kevin Bratlin and the Enderlin Eagles. That is their starting lineup. Says Enderlin will be in their orange jerseys, their orange top with the white pants, while for the Oak Grove Grovers in their white top with the white pants with the black top with the maroon numerals and lettering here today for the Oak Grove Grovers. And for them, their head coach making its way through as number 5 seed, and Gabe Duncan, the Enderlin Eagles, as the number 9 seed. As Butenhoff, the third baseman sophomore here for Oak Grove, will be batting leadoff. James Henderson, the second baseman sophomore, will be batting second. Zach Winter, the senior first baseman here, batting third. Jack Bjornson, the junior shortstop, batting cleanup, with Midegg, the sophomore catcher. Mateg, again, will be batting fifth. Jackson McAloney, the junior DH, batting sixth, with Alex Meininger, the freshman right fielder, seventh. Ulvin, the left fielder senior, batting eighth. Colton McCullough, the sophomore center fielder. And then we'll have Ethan again on the mound here today, the 4E here for the Oak Grove Grovers. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to the first pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Check out the World of Outlaw late models on Tuesday, June the 30th in Ada. Tickets now available at NormanCountyRaceway.com. That is NormanCountyRaceway.com. And racing on the radio coming up tomorrow night on 106.5 FM KRJB up in Ada for the first of the many local races throughout the summer months. We're back with the opening pitch after this here in Oaks.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
As we continue here today, here's the field dimensions across Cummings Field in Oaks. Down the left field line, it's 316. Seen one outside the park so far from the Sargent County game and one outside the park in the Central Cass game, where Sargent County had Braxton Erickson Wyckoff with a solo homer in the fourth, and Brody Kegley had a grand slam home run in the sixth against Oaks to straightaway center field here. Left field again at 316, left center 367, straightaway center is 337, right center at 356, and down the right field line it's 302 here in Oaks. So the Enderlin Eagles and the Oak Grove Grovers in our first two contests as we're back to business here with Chase Miller and Joey Hughes with you, with Carson Gruba, Clausen, and Simbira again for the Enderlin Eagles. Also a reminder, the Region 1 softball tournament is officially getting underway today with 3 playing games. Quarterfinals will be starting at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday in Hillsboro at Olson Field. As we'll have those games for you, we'll also have the Region 2 baseball tournament up at Mayville State on Saturday morning starting at 11 o'clock. Northeast Regional for track and field getting pushed to Saturday with the wind and the conditions for tomorrow. And then we'll have the Southeast Regional Track and Field in Kindred also on Saturday as well. So 2 track and field meets on Saturday, a Region 2 baseball tournament, a Region 2 softball game quarterfinal up in Thompson as they'll play the winner of Midway, Minto, and Grafton, and then the Region 1 softball tournament in Hillsboro. So if you're a fan of prep sports, we got you covered Saturday right here on yourliveevent.com. It's Enderlin and Oak Grove. Talking to Coach Kevin Bratlin back on Tuesday, said, it's just a matter of time, and one of the things that they were looking for as a goal was to get to this particular point of the season, being one of the final 8 teams remaining in the Region 1 baseball tournament and able to take down Lisbon in doing so. So far, the 3 teams that played in Castleton last year were Northern Cass, Central Cass, and Lisbon, and 2 of those 3 teams, in terms of Northern Cass and Lisbon, on the verge of possibly not being there. Lisbon will not be there. Northern Cass, if they lose today against the Ball Stars, their season will come to a close. If you take a win, then you got to take care of business not once but twice tomorrow to try to get into the final 3. For Central Cass, a team, and Kindred, 2 teams in the driver's seat as it stands right now. You win tomorrow, you're back into the championship series. For Castleton, a team that has been there, done that a lot since the turn of the decade, and Kindred trying to break through for the first time in nearly a decade since they made it to state since 2017. But first things first, got to get through 2 teams who are going to be officially eliminated as the tournament will wind down to 6 teams remaining after this one with Enderlin and alongside Oak Grove. We get to our Norman County Raceway opening pitch. Opening pitch time here on the way, 4:09. So that'll be 4:09 on the way, and this one will be called a ball at 4:09, and this will go to Carson Gruba, the senior shortstop. As we make our way through here, the 1-0 pitch upcoming. That'll be up and outside. It's now 2-0 here to Carson. Carson Gruba, pitcher, and was at center field spot for the Enderlin Eagles in their loss against the Kinder Vikings back on Tuesday. Here's 2-0 pitch. This one will miss for a ball. It's 3-0. As seen here for the Oak Grove Grovers, DeFiore on the mound right now looking for the strike zone, and this will be a 4-pitch walk. So 4-pitch walk as the Enderlin Eagles get a runner aboard. Ingo Bretson is behind the plate. Scott Carl Bloom at third base and Eric Olson at first. Thanks to Mr. Brad across the way for helping us out with our umpiring crew here in the next 2 contests. As the umpires got 3 guys that make their way back-to-back games in a situation like this with 4 games. Then they split for the next couple following that. So right now, Ethan just looking to find the strike zone here for the Oak Grove Grovers, as the winner of this contest is going to make their way and survive in advance and play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against the hometown Tornadoes in our first of 3 loser-out games tomorrow afternoon. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss for a ball. The flip by Mytag over to the first baseman there in Winter holding on the runner. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. DeFiore, freshman, takes a look back at the runner. And from the stretch, 2-0 missing low. It's now 3-0. Our Northern Cass and the Ball Stars waiting patiently to see the conclusion of this game wrap up before they take the field in our final game of 4 today here from Cummings Field in Oaks. 3-0 pitch to Clausen as they will throw back on a snap back to Winter at first base. For the Enderlin Eagles, the number 9 seed, part of the Enderlin Maple Valley squad that had tremendous success for many years in Region 1 before that co-op dissolved. Runners on a break. 3-0 pitch is going to be a strike. Going into scoring position will be Gruba. He was off and running. It's now 3-1. So Ethan able to find the strike zone here. DeFiore, when in doing so, Gruba scampers into scoring position now at second base. The 3-1 pitch is going to be hit on the ground. That'll go to second baseman Henderson. Bobbles it, picks it back up, able to make the play. 4-3 to Winter, but Gruba with the stolen base able to move up to first, and it's a productive out here for Clausen. Now it goes to Ethan Simbura, the junior center fielder, looking to plate that first run of the game here for the Enderlin Eagles. Then Orion Adargo, the senior pitcher, due up next, trying to help his own cause. But as it stands right now, with the wind starting to pick up just a little bit from where it was about a hour ago, this is going to be called a strike. DeFiore able to find the zone now 0-1. So after 7 straight out of the zone, 3 straight have been in the zone for strikes and a swing and a ground ball. As this would be a hot shot past the third baseman, Butenhoff into left field. Ethan Simbura delivers the goods. He has an RBI single, and the Enderlin Eagles take the first lead of the game on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's 1-0 in favor of Enderlin. So Ethan Simbura able to get the RBI single here against DeFiore. The opening walk does come back and haunt, and now it's Orion Adargo, the senior pitcher. As Adargo, righty-righty matchup. See this backhanded by the catcher. Is this going to be 1 ball and no strikes? Siga Mittig behind the plate. Here's the 1-0 as Simbura takes his lead off of first. DeFiore with the pitch. That'll miss outside the zone. Now 2-0. One thing, if Enderlin can win here today that they have to play with compared to everybody else is they have an extra game in the tournament in that play-in contest. So you got to start taking a look at your pitching in terms of who you all have remaining and the amount of appearances that you can have throughout the course of the Region 1 tournament, where they have already had 6 pitchers make their way through compared to Oak Grove just playing in 1 game has had 2. The 2-0 offering to Orion, and Orion's taken all the way. It's now 3-0. As DeFiore right now again looking to get a little bit consistent As this will miss for a walk, Orion Dargo will take first base. Runners at first and second right now for the Enderlin Eagles. As now it goes to Gabe Hoy, the junior right fielder here. So far, able to see this game make its way through on yourliveevent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast as Hoy will step up. And this one will miss out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch. There's a good one by Ethan. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Seeing our way through so far for Ethan. This will be pitch number 18 upcoming of the inning. Runners stay put. Now it's 1-2. DeFiore, back-to-back pitches in the zone, looking for something on the ground and maybe turn 2 out for the Enderlin Eagles. See what Hoyt can do now. First count that has gone for 2 strikes, and this goes into center field. Simbira will stay put there as they're trying to daylight play with Bjornsson, the shortstop, running behind Simbira. And first 2-strike count upcoming here to a Enderlin batter in the top of the first inning. Name of the game right now, survive and advance. See if you can play tomorrow afternoon and then let the chips kind of fall where they may. The 1-2 pitch, missing for a ball. It's 2-2. Ryan at first base, Ethan at second. Bjornsson playing behind him at second base. 2-2 pitch. It's now 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Gabe Hoy. See if DeFore can hit one in the zone, and that'll miss for a walk. Ethan Simbira goes to third base. Orion Adargo to second. Gabe Hoy stands at first, and that'll be the 3rd free pass of the inning. A walk, a ground out, single walk, and a walk. Bases are full in Enderlin. Looking to put up a crooked number here with the 8th grader Monty, the 8th grade second baseman. Monty sees this one miss for a ball. It's now 1-0. As Lofman pretty much going to force the pitcher here for the Oak Grove Grovers and DeFiore to throw a strike as it stands right now. The 2-0 pitch. That misses up for a ball. It's 3-0. One pitch away from walking in a run here. And Monty looking to drive in the second run of the game, even if it's with a free bag. 3-0 pitch. Going to be called a strike. It's 3-1. And see if Monty maybe takes a rip at this one or forces again Ethan to pitch another strike. That'll be well out of zone miss. It's a 5-pitch walk. Ethan Simbira comes in to score. Orion will take third base. Gabe Hoyt is second, and Monty will be now at first base with a run driven in. As we get a quick meeting on the mound here for Coach Duncan and the Grovers. We'll take a timeout with them. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins, the fun never ends.
Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Farmers Union Insurance, from farm to life to business and more. Get in contact with Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency, servicing both the Foreman, Oaks, and surrounding communities. Not all products are underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance at 701-724-6252. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here today in Oaks. Now it's to the number 7 batter, and Avery Fingeris. He takes outside for a ball. It's 1-0. So DeFiore right now just consistently has been around the zone, just hasn't been able to find it in terms of multiple pitches in a row. And what you're doing as a batter, You're saying, hey, unless you can throw 2 strikes in consecutive order, I'm not going to take the bat off my shoulder. And we'll gladly take another walk, bring a run in, see how many you can get aboard here in the first inning, as this is another pitch out of the zone. It's 3-0. If you're Oak Grove, too, you got to manage the game a little bit, but also trying to see if you can get some outs here for DeFiore and try to say, hey, if you can win this game, what do you got left in reserve for your pitching throughout the rest of the tournament? So 3-0 pitch, going to be called a strike. It's now 3-1. Every batter except Ethan Simbira, who hit a single on the second pitch of the at-bat, has worked the count to 3 balls out of 7. And this one's swing and a miss, now 3-2. DeFiore looking for a strikeout or something on the ground. All things considered, with the traffic that Enderlin has had so far, 2 runs not the worst to give up if Oak Grove can get out of this top half of the frame. This will be hit in the air. Difficult play going out to left field. Now die in front of Alvin in left field. 1 run comes in. Center fielder McCullough will play this one. It's a single here for Avery Finger. The 8th grader gets a base hit and a run driven in as Orina Dargo scores the 3rd run of the game. And it's 3-0 here for Enderlin on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Hoy goes to 3rd base. Monty to 2nd. Avery Finger now stands at 1st. That'll be the 2nd hit against DeFiore, as this will be a strike to Wyatt Lund. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike to the senior first baseman, as this will be hit in the air and over the shortstop and down for the base hit here for Wyatt Lund. Everybody going station to station. It's 90 feet of baseball, and Enderlin will take it. It's a 4-0 Eagle lead. Gabe Hoy comes in to score. Lofman makes his way to 3rd base. Avery Finger to 2nd. Wyatt Lund with a single. Run driven in. As that's the 3rd hit of the inning. All of them have been singles. Then you got 4 walks and a ground out. As it goes now to Tegan Adargo, batter number 9 in the lineup. And the sophomore designated hitter as the Enderlin Eagles with 4 runs across so far in the top of the first with just 1 out. Is this missing? Here's the snapback throw that's going to go into left field. The 3rd baseman here in Lofman at 3rd base. He will move up, and on the throwing error from the catcher, able to see Lofman come in to score. It's now 5-0. Avery Finger will go to 3rd base, and Wyatt Lund goes to 2nd. So runners in scoring position, and the Enderlin Eagles adding and looking to add even a bigger crooked number up here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's been all Enderlin so far. Grover's looking to see if they can get to the dugout. And what is the damage going to be out in front of them to try to come back in this contest as the sun continues to make its way through the skies here today from Cummings Field. As Oak Grove starting to get a little movement in the bullpen right now. This will be a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. As 2-1 pitch. Going to be in there for a strike now, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tegan Adargo with the strikeout. First strikeout here for DeFiore on the mound, but back to top of the lineup it goes with Carson Gruba. As Gruba, we'll see this one go through as Freddie Williams is warming up in the bullpen here for Oak Grove right now. As Gruba takes a ball, it's 1-0. Gruba with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored here earlier in the inning. The 1-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Bases with occupied at 2nd and 3rd. It's now 2-1. And Enderlin started this game back at 4:09. 15 minutes so far for the top of the first inning. Runner at 2nd base is Lund. 3rd base is Finger. That's going to be called a strike now, 2-2 to Gruba. And DiFiore, one pitch of getting out of the inning. 2-2. I'll miss for a ball. It's now 3-2. Payoff pitch upcoming by the freshman in DiFiore. That'll work for a walk. Gruba will take his second free pass. And bases will be full, as we'll see our 11th at-batter of the contest, and we'll get a quick time and maybe a potential pitching change. We'll take a break, let you know about it next, and we'll return here from Cummings Field in Oaks. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
As we come back on YourLiveEvent.com here today, as the Enderlin Eagles have chased DiFiore from this contest, where he's on the hook for all three runners as it currently stands right now. 5 runs so far, all of them earned, 5 walks with a strikeout, 4 of them being earned with the one error that came in with the throwing error from the catcher. As it currently stands, 46 pitches, 18 for strikes in that first inning here, as pitcher number 2 here will be Freddie Williams making his way after getting a little warmed up down the first base side. So Williams looking for that final out as he will go up against Weston Clausen, as Clausen grounded out his last time up for the junior catcher earlier here in the inning. This is kind of one of those baseball games where you put 5 runs up in the first inning. Can you kind of get that knockout punch, if you will, right? If Clausen can get a 2-run driven in kind of a swing here, it can really start opening up the door. And if you're Oak Grove, it's just about getting to the plate, putting quality at-bats together. Once you finally get to the plate, and you're going to go up against Orion Adargo on the mound and seeing what you can do. But as it stands right now, Enderlin up by 5. The 1-0, backhanded by the catcher. It's now 2-0. It's been one of those tough situations from the Oak Grove perspective. Just can't find the zone here for the starting pitcher. And now for the relief man here with Williams. 2-0 pitch. That finds the zone. Now 2-1. So good spot on the way for Williams. Well, for Enderlin, they've done this the small ball variety. 0 extra base hits. It's been all walks and singles here today. As we're going to get a balk. So I get a balk. Another run will come in to score with Avery Finger from third base. Lund will go from second to third, and Carson Gruba will go towards second. That's the first one on your Region 1 baseball bingo card here today in Oaks. Our first balk that we've had. Had a solo homer, a grand slam homer. Seen a double, a single. Have yet to see a triple today. The 2-1 pitch upcoming now to Clausen. This would be a grounder. Williams going to play it as he does. Just going to give it right back to the catcher and said, you know what, there's no way I'm going to throw at Weston with where his momentum was going up the third base side. And instead of forcing something, just said, I got a free bag, almost like an intentional walk. Weston, you get an infield single on that one. Now it goes to Ethan Simbira. And Simbira did a good job barreling up a baseball earlier in the inning. Base is still full. Nowhere to put the junior center fielder. Now Simbira will take a ball. It's 1-0. So that run will be charged, even though it's a balk, to DiFiore. That'll be the fourth hit and an infield hit at that for Clausen. This one runs up and in at the shoulders. It's now 2-0 to Ethan Simbira. The Eagles got runners on the base pass early, and they just kept passing the torch, if you will, to the next batter to put up a quality at-bat, take some pitches, see if he can get on. Here's a swing in the air that goes to left center field. This will carousel here for Enderlin. 1 run will come in, 2 runs will score. Ethan Simbira will make his way to second base, and this one will be a double at that, as the ball will go towards the outfield here and then make its way outside of the ballpark. So it'll be a ground rule double as it went through the fence. So coming in to score will be Wyatt Lund. Carson Gruba comes in to score. Weston Clausen goes first to third, and Ethan Simbira with the RBI. That'll be his second and third of the contest as the Enderlin Eagles lead it now 8-0. This will be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Bjornsson throws it across the diamond in time for the out to Winter. 6-3 on the putout as Orion Adargo is retired. But not before the Enderlin Eagles put 13 batters to the plate in the first inning and put 8 runs across on YourLiveEvent.com.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or taupe insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's taupe.
Oh, it's taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Get ahead of your spring planting needs with flowers, shrubs, and trees. Watts Ace Hardware Greenhouse is open now. Watts Ace Hardware, a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware and check out their greenhouse, which is open right now.
Bottom of the first inning on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That is dhb.bank. 8 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. DiFiore, 2/3 of an innings worked. 3 hits, 7 runs, 6 were earned. 5 walks and a strikeout. Williams comes on, gives up 2 hits, 1 run, and also walks 1 as well in relief to get out of the inning here for the Oak Grove Grovers. So one time around the lineup card here for the Enderlin Eagles, Craig will be in left, Simbira in center with Hoy in right field. Finger at third base with Gruba over at shortstop. Lofman stands at second, Lund at first, and Clausen behind the plate. And this will be the second time we'll see Orion Adargo on the mound as he came out and closed the game against the Lisbon Broncos. Almost a week ago today, 6 days ago in Lisbon on that Friday. So Butenhoff, the sophomore third baseman, and there's an old adage, you're not going to get everything back with one swing at the at-bat. Can Oak Grove, even in a minor way, do what Enderlin did, get base runners on, get a timely hit, put up 2, 3, maybe 4 runs in the inning and try to cut into this deficit from a Grover perspective? Well, if you're Orion Adargo up by 8, got to find the strike zone, and if you can find the strike zone, force the Grovers to swing, because I think if you're Oak Grove, seeing where the strike zone is, you're probably going, hey, we're going to force Orion to really pound the zone, and if he can't, we'll gladly do what was undone to us, which is earn some walks, get us timely hit, and see if you can put a couple runs to come in and score. 2 balls, no strikes on the way to Elliott. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss low, now 3-0. James Henderson and Zach Winter top third of the lineup for the Grovers. Jack Bjornsson batting in that cleanup spot here for Oak Grove. 3-0 pitch, and this will be a 4-pitch walk. Butenhoff will take first base. This is eerily start of the bottom of the first, as we saw in the top of the first inning, as Middig, the sophomore catcher, batting 5th. McAloney, the junior DH, batting 6th, with Alex Meininger, the right fielder, freshman, batting 7th. Olvin, the senior left fielder, batting 8th, and Colton McCullough, the sophomore center fielder, batting 9th. As the pickoff play was just a little bit late for Orion. Adargo delivers a strike, gets 0-1. Clausen behind the plate just brings the glove down to the dirt, so when it snaps, you just kind of see it like a firework explode every time Adargo throws just yet again. That one will be outside for a ball now, 1-1. Pick play, ooh, good play by Orion Adargo, but it's perfect as you could throw the pick there for Orion, where you just allow the first baseman Lund to catch, and as he's catching the ball, he's applying the tag at the same time. This will be laced in the air to right. That's a base hit down the line as Hoy will come in and play it. And the Oak Grove Grovers, 2 batters up, 2 batters on here for Oak Grove in the first inning. So Butenhoff goes to second base. James Henderson stands at first, and now it goes to Zach Winter, the senior first baseman. This is the Region 1 baseball tournament today on yourliveevent.com. Region 1 softball tournament gets underway with play-in matchups today and then makes their way to the quarterfinals in Hillsboro on Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. Jake Berkmeyer on the call for us here up in Hillsboro on Saturday. Winter, big swing in the air, down the line, hooking, foul. It's 3-0-2 to right. It's a short porch, and Winter nearly had a 3-run homer. Instead, it's a loud strike. Well, you wouldn't have got them all back in one swing, but you nearly got half of them back. As Winter belts this one high in the air, deep to right, way back to the wall, and that ball is gone. A 3-run homer for the senior Zach Winter, and the Grovers are back within 5. 3 batters up and 3 batters in here for Oak Grove. Our 3rd home run of the day here in Oaks, and it was a no-doubter off the bat by Winter. He missed the first swing by a skosh, and the second one he got a no-doubter into right center field. It's 356 to right, and just off the bat, that had a little giddy up to it, as that'll be a run to come in and score for the 3-run homer. So Butenhoff and Henderson, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a brand new ball game, 8-3 with nobody on, with Jack Bjornson, and Bjornson will take a strike. It's 0-1. The way this game is going, it could be the first to 25, maybe 30 wins. If you play the law of averages, 8 runs an inning for our team, as this will be foul ball. Now it's 0-2, and sometimes it's tough, right? You get a lead, 8-0. It's easier said to say just throw strikes, but when you throw a strike to a Winter and he barrels up the ball with runners in scoring position or runners on, all of a sudden a mistake pitch can be a difference maker. Now, the good news is for Enderlin, even with that 3-run homer, one swing of the bat doesn't tie the game up, but you take an 8-run lead down to a 5-run lead, and maybe that's the shot in the arm that the Grovers were looking for. Here's the 1-2. I'll miss low now, 2-2. So a walk by Butenhoff, a single by Henderson, a 3-run homer by Winter. Two-two pitch. Good breaking ball, strike 3, and Bjornson is retired on the backwards K. There's one down in the bottom of the first inning. Really good pitch by Orion Adargo on the breaking ball. As a batter, sometimes you got to guess where you're going to go and what you're going to see, and that one, Jack was not ready for it. Now it's to Segan, the catcher. First pitch swinging, hits one up the third base side foul. It's 0-1. Still to come a little bit later on today. We'll have the Ball Stars alongside the Jags for our final game here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, missing low. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. So Middig trying to see if he can get a board here for the Grovers and continuing the chances to try to put a run up or 2 more on the board. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good spot for Orion Adargo. See if Orion can hit that same spot here. 1-2 pitch, a high chopper. This one gets over the pitcher to the second baseman. In time? Yes, says Eric Olson. Good play by the 8th grader Loafman at second base. Able to take the hop, but more importantly, have a little zip on that after he put his heel in the ground. So Loafman to Lund. That'll be 4-3 on the putout. And the catcher is retired here for Mittig and the Grovers as it goes now to Jackson, the junior DH. McAloney at the plate. First pitch swinging, hits one off the knob of the bat, and it's 0-1. As a pitcher, sometimes use your defense. Hit the strike zone and let the guys behind you make some plays. 0-1 pitch. Good spot just off the zone. It's 1-1. Orion will live with that pitch, though, missing low and away all day and kind of nibbling at the plate. 1-1. Foul back as this will hit on top of the light pole. One thing with how close the light poles are up the first and third base side, you kind of have to play the ricochet, if you will, like slam ball back in the day. 1-2 pitch, fastball, the zone 2-2. One already bounced from the third base lights into the press box here over the third base dugout. The 2-2. I'll miss low for a ball, now 3-2. As the Ball Stars have made their way here, Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossholt, and Lidgerwood here to Oaks. 3-2 pitch for Orion Adargo. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout. Well, a 3-run homer, though, gets the Oak Grove Grovers back within 5. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We played 1 today. It's a new score, 8-3 Enderlin on YourLiveVent.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. So the first inning took 32 minutes combined between the two teams. 11 runs come across on 7 hits. A 3-run homer for the Oak Grove Grovers by Zach Winter. But the Enderlin Eagles with Orion Adargo then gets the next 3 batters out, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And after 1, it's 8-3. We'll see if this offensive style of game can continue throughout the course of this one as Williams comes on to work after throwing a third of an inning in relief here for the Oak Grove Grovers. Winner of this game still plays tomorrow. Then if you want to get to Monday, you got to win 2. That's what losing that first round game does to you in terms of how much you got to come back and play an extra game. And when you have a chance to win in 5 or win in 6, you got to take full advantage of it just to save on the arms and pitching that you need throughout the course of a Region 1 baseball tournament. Williams will work here as it's going to be Hoy. From there with Monty and then Avery Finger upcoming. So Gabe Hoy, the junior right fielder, with Loafman and then Finger. As this one missing low for a ball, it's 1-0. Batter number 5 in the lineup here for the Enderlin Eagles. As Enderlin, 8 runs on just 5 hits in that top of the first. What do they have here for an encore in the second? As this one missed out of the zone, now 2-0. The Minnesota Wild lost in a, some would call a very typical Minnesota Wild professional sports, especially on the male side. Minnesota Twins won earlier today, 9-1 over the Miami Marlins as they take the series. There's a good spot for a strike. Twins now 4 games under 500 with the win. Able to have themselves a good pitching performance day on the mound. 7 innings of work for Matthews. 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss by Williams. Minnesota Timberwolves will be back in action as well here, as they will be into a must-win situation in game number 6 of their series with the San Antonio Spurs, as that'll be on Friday night at 8:30. That'll be tomorrow. Not going through the zone was Gabe. Now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the junior right fielder and Gabe Hoy, as Williams sees this one just on the inside part of the plate. Hoy will take his second free pass, and for Enderlin, they have 7 walks today for the Enderlin Eagles. As Monty Loafman will come up to the plate for the 8th grader with a walk and a run scored back in the top of the first inning. Scheduled 7 innings unless you can win again in 5 and or 6. Runners in a break. Here's the throw. It's a swing and a miss. The throw down. If the ball stayed in the glove, they maybe would have gotten Hoy after the throw from the catcher, but instead getting in safely is Hoy into second base. And it's 0-1. As Mittig with a pretty good throw down. Henderson applied the tag, but as he went to go have the tag, the ball popped out of the glove. And we'll see this now at 0-1 upcoming. There's a swing and a miss, now 0-2. The Enderlin Eagles, the number 9 seed, trying to see if they can put themselves in a game tomorrow here in Oaks. This will be hitting the air. That got a good little run to it, and that's going to get over the left fielder, Olvin. That's going to one-hop all the way to the wall. Coming in to score will be Gabe Hoy. The 8th grader, Monty Loafman, will take a big turnaround second. It's an RBI double, his second run driven in. And look at the youth being served here by Enderlin. It's 9-3. So Hoy comes in to score his second run. For the Enderlin Eagles, just up and down the lineup card here for Kevin Bratlin. Everybody outside of one batter so far has found a way to get on base, either with a base hit or a walk here this afternoon. Now it's to Avery Finger. Finger sees this. Miss for a ball for the another 8th grader here. It's 1-0. Finger with a single, a run scored, and a run driven in back in the bottom of the first inning. As Williams gives up his 3rd hit in relief. That'll also be his 2nd extra base hit. So Loafman able to provide the goods here so far in the second, and Enderlin has answered with at least 1 run here in the top half of the second inning. As Loafman will stay put after Mittig takes a look back at him. How's that worked out of the zone? Wyatt Lund due up next. As the Enderlin Eagles right now 1 run away from putting up 10 early in this contest, and there's still nobody out here in the inning. That's called a strike. And very similar to kind of that first, where they got this first out early with Clausen on a ground out, but then the amount of batters able to reach base in consecutive order were 6. In a similar spot here, but now you're looking for the first out of that half inning as Avery Finger draws a walk. And we'll get a quick meeting on the mound. We'll take a break with them on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Nobody out here in the second. Runners at first and second with a run in. It looks like we'll get a new pitcher coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at YourLiveEvent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com as Williams 22 pitches. Runners at first and second that he is on the hook for as he has gone up against 6 different batters and has given up 3 hits, 1 run. He's on the hook for, again, both Finger and Loafman respectively. Able to have 3 walks, make that 2 walks in relief here for Williams. As the Enderlin Eagles right now have given up 7 free bags as we get Jack Bjornson coming in. So Bjornson will make his way from shortstop, and he will go over now. And then the previous starting pitcher in Ethan DiFiore will now play shortstop. So Bjornson will come in, and then DiFiore now will go to play defensively as we get to the top of the lineup here for the Enderlin Eagles in a moment. But first, got Wyatt Lund at number 8, then Tegan Ondargo, then back to the top of the lineup we go yet again. As Bjornson looking to work ahead on batters. Third pitcher here for the Grovers, and this one's going to be hit in the air straight away center field. This one carrying, and a nice catch by the center fielder, Makaloff. They get 1, a chance to get 2, and they'll get a double play as the lead runner in Monty Loafman thought that was going to make its way to the gap, so they get 2. So a nice twin killing as that one is going to go from 8 to 4 to 6 on the double play. And if you're the Oak Grove Grovers, you'll take it anyway, anyhow, as that was a good double play, and there's 2 down. So 2 down as it goes to Tegan Ondargo. And if you're Oak Grove, 1 pitch, 2 outs, can you take advantage of it, get one more guy out here with Tegan, then get the bats up here on the bottom of the second inning? But that was barreled up, though, for Wyatt Lund as the center fielder just had a good sprint to it on the way here for the Oak Grove Grovers with Colton. So Bjornson sees this under the zone, missing for a ball. It's now 1-0. Tegan Ondargo 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging his last time up. Looking to get on base, and if he gets on base, all 9 batters have found a way to get on base here for Kevin Bratlin and the Enderlin Eagles in this contest. There's a good swing. For the Grovers, they will see the bottom half of the lineup, Alex Meininger, Olvin, and then Colton, the center fielder, McAuliffe, upcoming here in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 going to be hit on the ground to the third baseman. Boonhoff will play it across the diamond in time for the out. I'll go 5-3 on the put-up, but a run does come across in the inning as we played an inning and a half today. It's the Enderlin Eagles 9, the Oak Grove Grovers 3.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, this in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. If you're just joining us, the Enderlin Eagles put 8 runs across in the first inning, added a run here in the second for the Grovers. A 3-run shot by Winter has allowed them to score 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Third pitcher already here for Enderlin for Oak Grove, and the contest will Orion Dargo on for his second inning of work. That is a quick in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Go to dhb.bank. That's dhb.bank. Enderlin 9 runs, 5 hits. Oak Grove 3 runs and 2 hits so far here in this contest. Call the strike to Alex Meininger. 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here as we go through to the bottom half of the lineup card. Dargo off speed out in front. Meininger fouls this one off. It's now 0-2 as he hit that right off the top of his foot. As now for Alex, we'll try to walk this one off a little bit as best as he can. Those never feel good, whether it's 80 degrees or 40 degrees when you're playing baseball. Particularly you're right on top of the foot or on the inner side of that ankle. It'll be a little bit black and blue later today and throughout the course of tomorrow. Talking with a lot of people, they enjoy this ballpark. You know, in terms of the dimensions, we're able to kind of see it playing true a little bit. In each ballpark, a little unique. And we'll see San Diego at Lisbon kind of making its way from what the old football field and baseball diamond going to be more just a true baseball diamond. So left field's going to be coming in Lisbon. Obviously, Hendrickson Field and Enderlin, it's on a category of its own, as this will be a base knock on the way for Meininger as he's able to get a single into left. And Meininger gets a base knock for the third hit of the game for the Grovers. You got that railway in center field where if you hit a home run, you can put it on the train tracks. And Enderlin seeing that one. So this part of the region just kind of unique in terms of some of the features, and that's what makes baseball fun sometimes. Even at a high school level, each park has its own unique story and its own unique flavor when you come out to the baseball diamond. Now back Olvin, the senior left fielder, is getting back safely as Alex Meininger, and where the sun is right now might need to start bringing out a little bit of the sunscreen later today as making its way across. As the runner is going to break for second base and get in safely. As Alex Meininger gets into scoring position. After the throw there by Clausen, two-hopped it to the second baseman in Loafman. Coming back, here will be Meininger into second base. Only seen a balk called earlier today in this game. Sometimes when you see that leg pop up and Orion was able to come off the rubber first before he went to make the pickoff over to second. As this one's going to be hit in the air, popped up into short center, and the left fielder comes in with Hoy. Good job by Hoy because Loafman, the second baseman, kind of stumbled out of the gates there. And Hoy and Simbira, someone had to go a long way, and it was Hoy for the out. So there's one down here in the bottom of the second inning. McCullough due up now here for the Grovers. Back to the top of the lineup card where Elliot Butenhoff is on deck. Daylight play going to be put on, and Alex Meininger will slide back in safely. Up by 6 here for the Enderlin Eagles. Largest lead of the game is 8. Oak Grove trying to see if they can put up another run, maybe 2 or 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. Still got one more game to go later today here in Oaks. This one backhanded by Clausen behind the plate to McCullough. It's 1-0. Working our way towards the 5 o'clock hour here in Oaks. As Orion Dargo looks back the runner. The pitch. Jammed him, but this one will go out of play. It's 1-1. Northern Cass and the Ball Stars patiently awaiting the conclusion of this contest to get to their respective game a little bit later on here tonight in Oaks. 1-1. Let's look at by the catcher Clausen. Now allow the runner in Meininger to scamper to third base and get a little bit closer. McCullough works with a 2-1 count. So Alex Meininger over at third here for the Grovers. A single, a stolen base, and after a wild pitch, gets to third. This will miss low for a ball. It's 3-1. Can the Grovers manufacture a run here? The bottom of the second. work outside for a 5-pitch walk. McCullough will make his way to first base. Second free pass. The first time through for Orion Dargo. An inning and a third as he has given up 3 hits, 3 runs that were all earned from their 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Orion Dargo again came in with 21 pitches after closing the door against the Lisbon Broncos. As Butenhoff comes up to the plate, runners in a break. And now they got him in a jam, but coming to try to score, and this one gets by Clausen, and coming in eventually will be Alex Meininger, and going from first to third will be Colton McCullough. So everything did right from a Enderlin perspective. Clausen to Adargo. Adargo then had Alex Meininger dead to rights. He threw behind the runner to Finger. Finger then went to Clausen, back to Finger, and then when they threw it back to Clausen, went out of his glove. Otherwise, they would have had the runner instead. Oak Grove scores a run, and also now threatening to put up another run on the board here with the leadoff batter. So Butenhoff takes outside for a ball. And Oak Grove nearly gave up an out, instead scores a run as this one's going to be popped up in the air. We'll see if the wind keeps this one in to fair territory, and that's going to drop for a base hit as it went all the way into foul territory, but with the wind blew it in, and Lund couldn't play it. Also, by the time he found it, had to play the sun a little bit as this one comes through, and Butenhoff able to reach base for his second time, and all of a sudden now runners are at the corners, and you look up and you're 1 swing away from being this a 2-run ball game as we get a quick time on the mound. We'll take a break with them, continue with more after this.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Well, if you like offense, this is the game for you right now in terms of multiple pitches, long at-bats, get some walks, put the ball in play, and right now both teams trying to find ways to get productive outs or just get outs in general. Good news from an Enderlin perspective, you're still up by 5 here in the bottom of the second. Good news from an Oak Grove perspective, you're down 8-love after a half inning of play. Winter gets a 3-run homer to kind of get your back into it, a little shot in the arm, if you will. And now the question becomes how this game will continue. There's a swing. That's going to split the gap on the way here for Henderson. 1 run's going to come in to score. We'll see how far Butenhoff will come in. He's being waved around. Trying to go into third is Henderson. He will stay put there. It's a ringing double, a bases clearing one. It's 9-6. McCullough comes in to score. Butenhoff goes first to home. James Henderson gets his second base hit. That'll be his second run driven into the contest as well. His first and second. Now it's to Winter, who hit one deep to right center field, all of 356 and some, as he comes up to the plate for the second time today. And Winter went for the shot again. I was just going to say he had a free bag over at first. How much does Orion want to pitch to Winter after he just hit that monster home run in the first inning? Game that's nearing the 1 hour mark here today. Is this one missing, though? It's now 1-1. Mitch Shear was out there earlier talking it over with Orion Dargo in between that little meeting on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Winter. 3 of the 6 runs driven in. Long pause. Winter takes one just out of the zone. Bjornsson due up next. All of a sudden, that 8-run lead is nearly evaporated here. With 1 swing of the bat by Winter, it could be a 1-run game, potentially. Winter right back up the middle. This one will go to center. Simbira is going to play it, though. Hold the runner at third base with Henderson with just 1 down. Winter with his second base hit of the contest. Henderson stands at third. And right now, the Oak Grove Grovers seeing the ball well, putting the barrel to it the second time through here against Orion Dargo. A single by Butenhoff, a double by Henderson, an opposite field one to right center, and Winter went right back where it came from with the single to center field as it goes on the way here to the Oak Grove Grovers as they'll make their way through. Runners in a break to second base. No throw. Winter gets in safely. As for Oak Grove, Jack Bjornson at the plate. Winter now stands at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Bjornson struck out looking his last time up in the first inning. And for the Grovers, 7th batter to the plate here in the bottom half of the second. There's a fly ball hitting the air deep to left center field. This one has some legs way back to the track, and that's going to be gone. A home run. And just like that, the Oak Grove Grovers have tied it up on a Jack Bjornson 3-run homer. Henderson comes in to score alongside with Winter. It's the second 3-run homer of the game for the Grovers, and it's a 9-all affair here today in Oaks. Nine all in a brand new game an hour later here today. And Segan, the sophomore catcher, to the plate. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. 8th batter here for the Grovers. If you would have told Oak Grove you'd be down 8-0 after a half an inning and be tied in the bottom of the second, you'd have to come up with a lot of different ways to get to a 9-9 ball game, but that's exactly where we are here today in Oaks. Oak Grove 3 runs in the first, so far 6 runs here in the second. The 0-1 pitch, is this one missing for a ball? It's 1-1. Orion Dargo sees the 1-1. That'll miss, now 2-1. 2 balls and a strike and nowhere to put the sophomore catcher. Middig going to hit this one in the air that goes down the left field line, and that'll drop in front of the left fielder here in Craig for a base hit. An opposite field single here for Segan. And for the Grovers, you look up and down the lineup card, everybody but 2 so far has reached base, as we'll get a courtesy runner over at first here for the Grovers. As the Grovers will have Gavin Kramer come on and courtesy run now at first. So Kramer stands at first, and that's the go-ahead run for Oak Grove. And for the Enderlin Eagles right now, it's trying to find outs. Orion Dargo, an inning and a third so far on the mound. We're going to get his second out of the inning. As this going to make its way through from Clausen to Lund to apply the tag, able to get back safely. And nowhere to put Jackson McAloney here, the junior designated hitter, struck out after working the count full his last time up. So Kramer over at first base. And for Orion Dargo right now, able to find the zone a little bit, but the second time through the lineup, Oak Grove starting to time him up a more here for Orion and putting a really good swings. I mean, these are loud swings, barrels coming to the ball that's going through the zone and able to get to the gap, able to put one that's going 300-plus feet somewhere. This will be called a strike on the outer part of the plate. Here's the pitch on the way. That'll be called the strike. Snap throw again. This one gets into short right field, and the runner in Oak Grove is going to go to second base here with Gavin Kramer. So Kramer will take second. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes here to McAloney. And for Dargo, this will be pitch number 54 on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here to the junior DH and the number 6 batter in the lineup for the Grovers. 2-2. Going to one-hop Clausen. Now makes it 3-2. Tell you what, it's been an entertaining game. Been a long, drawn-out game just in terms of We've seen 4 pitchers so far combined between these two teams, and when you get to a 9-9 game, not seeing a lot of first pitch swings. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Orion Dargo gets a punch out, his second out. They batted around here in the lineup as batter number 10 here with Alex Meininger, who opened up the inning with a single, a run scored, and a stolen base, as Meininger will come back up for the second time here in the second inning. One hops Kloss, and that'll go all the way to the backstop. Going to third here will be Kramer, as he'll take the turn around the corner. Kramer will be to third base as Meininger now will work with a 1-0 count. In this inning alone, a single, a double, a single, a homer, a single, a single. Here in that homer was a 3-run variety, so 6 hits across so far here in the inning for Oak Grove, and they've also plated 6 runs on top of that. First pitch swinging, this is hit high in the air to straightaway center field, way back to the track. This one will one-hop the wall right in front of us, in front of Simbira at center field. He will play it in. The Grovers with their 7th run to the contest, and Meininger gets a RBI, his first of the contest. It's a double, and the Grovers have their first lead of the game and their 7th run of the inning. Kramer comes in to score, Meininger into second base, and we'll have a pitching change. Mind you, about another 3 feet, that one would have went right into my lap, and my trail mix would have been everywhere. It's 10-9 here in the bottom of the second inning. Oak Grove with 7 runs in the second, and we got a new pitcher. We'll let you know who's coming in after this.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com. If you like offense in baseball, this game is right up your alley. 18 runs across so far between these two teams, and make that now 19 after that double. 19 runs across. It's 10-9 as we get to a new pitcher. The Ethan Simbira, the center fielder, will come on the mound. Adargo will go to shortstop, and Gruba will go from short to center field. We'll get to Orion here in a second in terms of his pitch count, as this one is going to be a ball on the way to Beck Olvin. It's 1-0. Orion went an inning in 2/3, 9 hits, 10 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts here for Orion Adargo, as he's up to 57 pitches in this game, and also that was his second appearance as he threw 21 pitches back last week in the playing contest. Simbira comes on. This one will miss. As for Simbira, he's pitched 102 pitches so far, and he picked up the win against the Lisbon Broncos. So you only get 135 in the tournament, so he's got about 30 to work with before he would have to come out eventually. As this one going to make its way for a strike. Simbira takes a look back at the runner at second base in Meininger. This is going to be hit in the air to center. Gruba will come in and play it to retire the side. But the Oak Grove Grovers put 7 runs across here in the bottom half of the second, and we got a new score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's been busy today. Oak Grove 10, Enderlin 9.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Top of the third inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Well, it's warm out, and the bats are juiced as well. Currently here in this contest, it is in the upper 70s. Winds gusting still to about 25 to 30 miles an hour here today in Oaks, North Dakota. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you in a game that's gone nearly 60, well, now has gone over 65 minutes here for 2 innings of baseball. You put that on a time scale, that's going to be a 3-hour baseball game. So if you're Northern Cass and the Ball Stars waiting, you're closer to about a 7:30, 8 o'clock first pitch if this pace continues. As Bjornsson is back on the mound here for the Oak Grove Grovers. As it makes its way through, top of the lineup, Carson Gruba, Clausen, and Simbira. 10-9 here in favor of Oak Grove. After Enderlin, if you're just joining us, put up 8 runs in the top of the first inning. This one hits in the air. That's got a chance to get an extra base hit. That goes over the right fielder of Meininger. And Carson Gruba is going to round first on his way to second. He'll take the big turn. Can we get a triple? The answer is yes, and it's a sliding one at that for Carson Gruba. And there's the cycle today in terms of the region baseball tournament for all 2.5 games on your bingo card. Starting to black out a little bit as Carson Gruba will make his way for an extra base hit and a double at that. For the Enderlin Eagles, that'll be their 3rd double of the contest, and Gruba able to get that one over Meininger, made his way through. As there's a first pitch swinging by Clausen in the air to left. This will be caught by Olvin, but it'll be a sacrifice fly. First pitch swinging, and Clausen drives in the run. That'll be his first run driven in. Gruba comes in to score his 3rd run of the contest, and now we're tied at 10 apiece. So Gruba did a good job. He was hustling out of the gate. The Meininger dropped the ball for a moment, but Gruba was going all the way through. That just allowed him to easily get to 3rd without really much of a throw. As Ethan Simbira, now the pitcher at the plate, 2 for 2 today with 3 runs driven in. Got a 2 RBI double his last time up in the second. As Simbira hits one down the right field line, this one will go foul. That's now 0-2. 19 hits, 3 errors, 20 runs so far here combined between these two teams. As this will be foul ball. Got 7 walks thrown by the pitching staff from Oak Grove and 2 walks thrown so far by the pitching staff with Enderlin. Simbira behind the count, 0-2. There's a grounder up the third baseline foul again. As for both these teams right now, it's all about getting outs and innings because one of these two teams is going to play tomorrow, and then they're going to have to try to win 2 games tomorrow to still get to Monday potentially as this one runs up and out of the zone. It's now 1-2. You never know what you're going to get on the ballpark when you come to a game. That's the beauty of high school sports or just sports in general. You could see a 2-1 game. You could see a perfect game potentially, maybe a complete game. Other times you're just going to see a 12, 15, 20 runs. That's going to take you to trying to win a baseball contest. 2-2 to Simbira. That'll work outside for a ball. Makes count full at 3-2. So a leadoff double by Gruba come in to score, or a triple, coming to score. Sacrifice fly by Clausen. Make the count full to Ethan Simbira. As Bjornsson with a 3-2. Also be grounded up the third base side, and that'll go foul. Finals this week already in Oaks. They're pretty much getting ready for summer here from the end of the school year. 3-2 pitch. There's a grounder deep in the hole, grabbed by the shortstop. Throwing it across, almost in time. Yes! Oh, what a play by the freshman. DeFiore deep on the hole. Derek Jeter would be proud. Oh, what a play. 6-3. DeFiore deep in the hole. The stretch by Winter. Simbira is retired. It's 6-3 on the putout. I've seen some flash of the leather. That was a flash of the former pitcher. DeFiore, he threw a strike to Winter. And mind you, just a freshman making that play. As it goes to Orina Dargo. Dargo now the shortstop. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. This is going to be hit in the air. That's down for a base hit. And this will get by McCullough on the bounce. As Orina Dargo is going to dig in, trying to get into second base. And he will do so. So base hit by Orina. That just got by McCullough, playing with that wind a little bit, tailing away from the center fielder. Went past the golf course earlier today in Oaks, and I said, I'm glad I'm not a golfer, to our broadcast partner here with Joey Hughes, helping us outrun the camera, because the pin was howling, and you're just looking straight for a fairway, and you can't hit the ball straight anyway sometimes as a golfer. So now you got to play the wind on top of it. Here in baseball, you just got to worry about trying to barrel something up. So Gabe Hoy will take a strike. It's 0-1. "35th at bats of the day here for Enderlin. And this is laced by Hoy into center. That'll go over McCullough into center field. Orina Dargo's hustling. He'll come in to score. Gabe Hoy was going to book in with a double, and a couple of barreled up baseballs has allowed Enderlin to take the lead. It's 11-10. And now Hoy will stand at second base. 2 down here in the top of the third as it goes to the 8th grader. Loafman with a walk and a run scored in the first. Had a RBI, 2 RBI, make that a RBI double in the second. He had a bases loaded walk in the first. As this one runs up for a ball, it's one on my box score, starting to get a little full on the runs scored column right now so far, with 21 runs across here today. 1-0 pitch, going to be laced down the left field line. Olvin is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 6 batters up in the inning, and the Enderlin Eagles put 2 runs across as they're able to do so on 3 hits, and they leave a runner on. We played 2.5 today. It's Enderlin up by 1.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
We still got one more baseball game coming at you a little bit later on here today on YourLiveEvent.com. The Ball Stars and Northern Cass. That was a scheduled 6 o'clock start. I'll just tell you, frankly, that ain't starting at 6. That's probably closer to a 7, maybe 7:30 start, depending on how this game continues. 2 runs across on a couple of hits. 1 runner left. Played 2.5 today. Enderlin and Oak Grove back and forth, as it's now 11-10 in favor of the Enderlin Eagles. Able to see the 9-1 and 2 batters due up here. It's the sophomore center fielder in Colton McCullough, then followed by Butenhoff and Henderson coming up here for the Oak Grove Grovers. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Oaks. The pitch. Gonna miss outside for Simbira. It's now Or ball count as the ball starts taking some reps in the batting cage. And this one missing for a ball. Here's the pitch. That'll work outside. I have a 3-1 count upcoming here to Colton. Colton with a walk and a run scored back in the second inning. 3-1 offering. That's when we call the strike. And we'll work it here now to 3-2. So Simbira, 3-2 pitch, going to be hit on the ground over the third baseman finger. That one took a nasty hop, and Avery just unable to get in front of it. As McCullough gets aboard, as it goes now to Elliot Butenhoff. Third time through the lineup, as Butenhoff will come up to the plate. As Butenhoff pops one up in the air, that'll go to left. Craig will come in, able to fight the sun a little bit and make the play. 1 pitch and 1 out. Haven't said that too much today as Butenhoff is retired, and there's 1 down. A lot of times if it's 1 pitch, it's been a base hit today because they're just seeing the baseball that well, and particularly this contest. Gave that last one an error on the way for McCullough to get on board after got by a finger. As Simbira takes a look, runner's going to go. This one's going to be hit down the right field line. Hoy hustling after it, and Hoy will make the catch. A chance to get 2 at first. Yes, sir! 9-3 after a lazy fly by Henderson is retired in right field. Hoy goes to Lund and picks off the runner, and Colton McCullough there. So that'll retire the side, and the Oak Grove Grovers are done here in the inning. As we make our way through, able to see 1, 2, 3, 4 batters up as we go through 3 innings. Today it's 11-10 in favor of Enderlin.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school baseball today on YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. 11-10, the first 0.5 inning for either team. Enderlin with our in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. 8 runs, 1 hit, 8 runs in the first on their Dakota Heritage Bank in-game update. 8 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, and 2 runs in the third. While for Oak Grove with 3 runs in the first, 7 runs in the second, 0 in the third inning. Enderlin 11 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Oak Grove 10 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. As this one going to be swing and a miss as we make our way here to the top of the 4th inning. Avery Finger with a 1-ball, 1-strike count with a walk and a single so far here for Avery. As Finger hits this one, this will be into short center field, and McCullough sees this one get by him with the win. So Finger will go all the way to second base. Being helped out is Alvin to play this one back in. That was a tough one just off the bat. Able to jet out to left center field and just kind of get underneath the center fielder. So Avery Finger is able to get aboard, and now it goes to Wyatt Lund. Lund hitting into a double play. His last time up, 8-4 to 6 eventually as he smoked one to center. Lund with a single, a run scored, a run driven in, 1 of 2 here in this contest. As this missing for a ball, it's 1-0. Wyatt Lund looking to keep the line moving after 8 runs came across in the first. 5 hits. They left 2 runners on base there for Enderlin. As the Eagles see this be called a strike, it's 1-1. Region 1 baseball tournament gets underway tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock for another edition here in Oaks. 1-1, swing and a miss. It's now going to be 1-2 as Bjornsson. Let's see if he can get his first strikeout in relief. Instead, this one goes foul. Just 1 strikeout so far for the Enderlin batters in today's game. Want to walk a handful of times from gets a free pass and make Oak Grove pay in doing so. There's a strikeout. Bjornsson gets his first. 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning as it goes to Tegan Adargo. The sophomore DH 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out here this afternoon. As Adargo swing and a miss, it's now 0-1. Runner at second base, Avery Finger. As Enderlin seeing if they can take a 12-10 advantage as this one runs in for a strike. It's 0-2 back to the top of the lineup with Carson Gruba. That'd be the 4th time through the lineup card then for Enderlin. 0-2 pitch, missing outside, 1-2. Bjornsson getting a little bit of a pace to him on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Bjornsson with back-to-back strikeouts. 2 down here in the 4th. Now it goes to Carson Gruba. Gruba with 2 walks in the first inning, with 2 runs scored, a stolen base, had a triple with the run scored his last time up in the 3rd, has scored 3 runs so far today. He takes a strike, it's 0-1. Bjornsson with the 0-1. Carson Gruba runs it at the hands. It's now 0-2. Oak Grove with 3, 4, and 5 batters due up with Winter to lead things off for the bottom half of the frame. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to Gruba. Gruba fouls this one off, and we'll have another pitch. 4th pitch of the at-bat here to Carson, the senior who started at shortstop, now in center field with some of the defensive changes for Kevin Bratland's club. It's again a loser-out contest here today in Oaks. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball, 1 hop that goes underneath the glove of Henderson into center field. Rounding third on his way home is Avery Finger. And Finger will come in and score, and the Enderlin Eagles have taken a 12-10 advantage. See if they mark that an error or a single as Gruba gave it a good swing. Henderson tried to time it up and just went right underneath his glove as he was trying to time it up perfectly here. As Weston Clausen will dig in now for Enderlin. If you're Gruba, it doesn't matter how you get on board for your 4th time of the contest, and more importantly, from the Eagle perspective, they lead it now by 2. As Gruba able to get back after a pickoff play. Clausen with a sacrifice fly his last time up. As this will be hit in the air to left, Olvin will play it and glove it to retire the side. We played 3.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Enderlin 12, Oak Grove 10.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Earlier today here on YourLiveEvent.com, a 4-1 contest for the Kindred Vikings over the Sargent County Bulldogs. This is our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Carter Gronwald picked up the win. Fisher Johnson able to get the save. There was a solo home run by Braxton Erickson Wyckoff for Sargent County for their lone run. While on the opposite side, Eli Mack with 2 RBIs, a RBI single in the first and the third inning. Part of the reason why Kindred eventually will go on to a 4-1 win over Sargent County. Central Cass with a 9-2 win over Oaks. That game was closer than the final score. It was 3-0 Central Cass going to the 6th. Oaks put 2 runs across. They chased Ryland Boder from the game. Grady Mueller came in with back-to-back strikeouts with bases full. And then in the bottom half of the inning, Central Cass puts up 6 runs with a grand slam by Brody Cagley to eventually go on to win 9-2. Boder picks up the win. Gebhardt with the loss. He pitched really well until he kind of got into that jam a little bit in the 6th. Mueller with the save. So Central Cass and Kindred move into the semifinals tomorrow morning at 11, where Oaks will play at 1, and then Sargent County will play at 3. Their opponents to be determined pending on who wins this game and our next game. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Breaking ball on the way for Ethan Simbira. This one called a strike. Ethan Simbira to Winter here, lefty-lefty matchup. Winter 2 for 2 today. Winter sees this one missing for a ball. Winter with a 3-run homer to right center in the first. A single with a run scored and a stolen base in the second. As Simbira sees this Winter towering pop-up in the infield. Who's going to call for it? A Dargo at shortstop does. And there will be 1 down. So 1 down, bottom of the 4th inning. As it goes to Jack Bjornson, the pitcher now, who hit a 3-run homer his last time up, which at the time gave Oak Grove eventually a lead in the game. As Oak Grove, 3 runs in the first, 7 runs in the second. Scoreless in the last half inning. Good breaking ball, but that'll miss just above the belt to Jack Bjornson. It's 1-0. Bjornson, 1 of 2 today with a strikeout, looking back in the first. This one paints the corner for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty-righty matchup. As this will be a hit. Oh, what a play by Avery Finger. Takes an extra base hit away by Jack Bjornson. He barreled it up, but just right to Finger. Had to levitate just a skosh for the out. A line drive out. There's 2 down as it goes to the catcher. Seguin comes up, first pitch swinging, lines one in the air to the right fielder. That'll 1-hop to Ahoy. So Middig will take first base here. I'll see you as the catcher if he will get a courtesy run for, and the answer is yes. And it's coming back on for Oak Grove will be Gavin Kramer, the junior. So courtesy runner to first base. Is now at the plate. Here is going to be DeFori. As DeFiore at the plate, the throw down, not in time, and eventually Kramer able to get into scoring position with a stolen base. So hitting in that designated hitter spot, and just with the defensive changes here for Oak Grove as well. Able to see Ethan at the plate here. Check swing, yes, he did offer. He went through the zone. I'm going to say that was a strike. Brett Engelbrenson calling balls and strikes. Eric Olson, part of our infield umpiring crew over at first base. And then from there, Scott Carlblum as well over at third. As this works out for a ball. for the Enderlin Eagles and the Oak Grove Grovers here today on YourLiveEvent.com. As this is going to be hit on the ground, that goes to Finger. Finger throws it across the diamond, one hops, and somehow going to be caught over there by Lund. So DiFiore is retired 5-3 on the putout. There were no runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left. As we make our way through now to the top of the fifth, it's 12-10 in favor of Enderlin.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
High school baseball today as we're broadcasting from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Your headquarters for home to life to farm, ranch, and more. Call 701-724-6252 at Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency. Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you today from Cummings Field here in Oaks, North Dakota. A nice perch, a nice setup to enjoy a little Region 1 baseball. Here's what the tournament will look like moving forward as it stands right now. We'll have another day tomorrow with 4 games. We'll window 6 teams down to 3. Then the final 3 teams will make their way to Kindred on Monday, pending weather as it stands Sunday into Monday. But Kindred with the highest seed remaining as the 1 seed would host. And then it's just a matter of, do we get the games in on Monday or possibly Tuesday, and how do you start moving different areas around, especially where last year Region 1 and Region 2 baseball finished on the same day of state track and field on that Thursday. So we'll see if that continues or not here as we make our way through on YourLiveEvent.com. As Bjornsson will continue to pitch here for the Oak Grove Grovers, something we saw from Jack that we maybe didn't see from DiFiore or Williams, as we alluded to, was just a little bit of a rhythm that was brewing through the course of the game. Gave up 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left in his last inning of work, and he will fire a strike on the way. 3, 4, and 5 batters due up here. 12-10 your score as it stands. Enderlin looking to add a couple more runs onto their lead as Simbira at the plate will hit one on the ground. That'll go to the shortstop. DiFiore makes the play across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout, and there's 1 down. Going back to Bjornsson, 3 1/3 innings work now. 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Williams came on, got 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run that was earned with 2 walks and no strikeouts. And DiFiore, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 8 runs, 5 walks, and 1 strikeout. Swing and a miss to Orion Adargo. Orion so far has reached base twice with 2 runs scored today. A single his last time up in the 3rd. As Orion hits one, that'll go to the 3rd baseman. Glove there by Butenhoff, throws it across, and Winter able to make the play. 5-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. Son, you go up, and 5 of the last 6 batters have been retired here for the Enderlin Eagles. But they're currently up by 2. Gabe Hoy will come up now. Hoy with a walk in the 1st, walk in the 2nd, stolen base. Had a double his last time up in the 3rd. Has reached base all 3 times with 2 runs scored. Going through the most runs scored so far in a game here in this tournament. Saw 25 runs combined between Kindred and Enderlin back on Tuesday. And Central Cass and the Ball Stars put up 26 runs combined. As this is going to be hit in the air, that's going to split the gap into left center field, and we'll see how far Gabe Hoy can run. as Hoy is going to go to second base, and he will stand up there as they get the throw back in to the shortstop here in DiFiore. Gabe Hoy, though, gets his second extra base hit in consecutive order as the Enderlin Eagles get a runner aboard here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 down. As it goes here to Monty, the 8th grader in Loafman. Reached base twice with 2 runs driven in. A run scored in the first, a double in the second. As Bjornsson fires and throws, and that's going to be a strike. It's 0-1. This is an interesting game. Both teams have had a lot of players at the plate contribute to their respective squads today in terms of trying to maybe pick a player of the game. This could be more so just a team perspective of a player of the game. Up and down the lineup card, it's 0-2. Obviously, Carson Gruba has done what he's needed to do. Ethan Simbura coming on, getting some outs, and 3 runs driven in so far for Enderlin. Could maybe be on the short card from the Eagles' perspective. As this one misses for a ball, it's 1-2. While for the Oak Grove Grovers, Winter got a couple of base hits, seeing what Bjornsson's been able to do on the mound today, and also at the plate with that 3-run homer. As this is popped up in the air out of play for a strike. So just a couple of different variations that you could go as it stands right now. And who knows, might not have the play of the game so far. Still got a lot of baseball to be had. Bjornsson looking for a strikeout. See if Monty can put one in play. Taking, works the count, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at second, 2s all around. Breaking ball, strike 3, looking to retire the side. No runs on a hit, no error, and 1 runner left as Bjornsson gets his 3rd strikeout in relief. We played 4.5 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred up by 2.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
High school baseball here today on your liveevent.com. Bottom of the 5th inning, and for the Oak Grove Rovers, even though runs have came in bunches early, that's not been the case in the middle part of the contest, as they combined to score 21 runs in the first 2 innings. Since then, it's been 3 runs scored, all by Enderlin, as this will be a first pitch swing and hit down the left field line. That's a fair ball across the way for Alex Meidinger. We'll see how far Meidinger can run. Playing this in front of the 316 wall is Craig, and Meidinger gets aboard with a ringing double, his 3rd hit of the contest. Meidinger now 3 for 3 with a single and 2 doubles, as Oak Grove is down to their final 9 outs as it stands, unless they can tie or take the lead and then maybe put some pressure back on, as Simbira will come on here for Enderlin and continue to pitch as Beck Alvin gonna bunt across the way, and Clausen trying to make the play. Alvin will see this one go foul. It's 0-1 and trying to manufacture a run right now here from the Oak Grove perspective, and their head coach and Gabe Duncan. You take it out, got to be productive right now at the bottom of the lineup card. As not taking a swing at that or a bunt attempt, as 1-1. As we're working towards the 6 o'clock hour. 1 ball and 1 strike with Ethan Simbira against Beck Olvin. Olvin gonna bunt, as this one will go through, and this will be called a balk. So a balk by Simbira will allow the runner now in Meininger to go to 3rd, and we'll go back to a 1 ball, 1 strike count. third balk of the game here between these two pitching staffs. Lose this game, your season comes to a close. You win this game, you got at least a chance tomorrow, bare minimum, as they will go up against Oaks at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This one jammed, popped up. It'll work just like a bunt in terms of if the runner was at second base regardless. Alvin is retired 1-3 in the putout. Good play by Sempira to Lund. So get 1-3. There's one down. As McCullough has reached base twice with a walk in the second, an error in the third, came in and scored one of the 7 runs in the second inning for the Grovers. As this works outside for a ball, it's 1-0. And from an Oak Grove point of view, you're trying to find a way to get to Winter. If you can get to Winter, that means you're going to at least have bases full with 2 outs bare minimum, or a chance to at least get 1 or 2 runs in before he even gets up to the plate. As this one works outside for a ball, it's 2-0. 2-0 pitch. That'll work for a ball now, 3-0. Sembira. 3-0. That one able to get it for a strike. Gets now 3-1. Three-one pitch, grounder. That'll go to the first baseman, Lund. Lund's going to play it. The run will come in and score for Meidinger. McCullough will get the run driven in. It'll be 3 unassisted, and the Oak Grove Grovers back within 1 as we head back to the top of the lineup. As Elliot Butenhoff will be coming up to the plate, and Bratlin will be making his way out. And with the pitch count here with Ethan Sembira, he will check out, and we'll see who's coming back into the game as we'll get some defensive changes with Gruba also coming in. So Sembira is going to probably go back to center field. We'll see who comes back onto pitch and where they kind of go moving forward here on your livevent.com.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Ethan Sembira comes on in relief. 3 innings of work, 3 hits, a run, no walks and no strikeouts, as he has 137 pitches total after having 102 pitches against Lisbon, so 35, so he is officially done for the rest of this tournament. Again, you get a 135 tournament maximum, so Sembira is done as he will make the pitching change with the center fielder, as this one will be called a strike on the way. And pitching again here for the Enderlin Eagles is Carson Gruba after Orion Dargo pitched to start the contest. Gruba has one appearance with 54 pitches. This one is flied right to Sembira, and this will go over Sembira's head on the swing here by Butenhoff, as Butenhoff's going to make his way into second base on the second pitch that he goes up against Gruba. So Butenhoff will stand at second with a ringing double, his third time up and on now, with a walk, a single, and a double. He flew out his last time up in the third. So Gruba, second Time coming through as it goes to James Henderson. A single and a double play his last time up, as this one will run in, I think hit him. Yes, it will. So Henderson will take first base. And right now, from a Oak Grove perspective, hey, you get another base hit here. You can tie or take the lead and then maybe put some pressure on Enderlin in the top of the sixth inning if you can get one more hit. And, well, there's nowhere to put Winter. Winter already uncorked one, almost hit my car in right center field. The 3-run homer back in the first inning. A single with a run scored in the second and popped out his last time up to the shortstop in the fourth. And this will get by Winter. Runners are going to break and get up 90 feet. So Butenhoff will get into third base. Henderson goes to second. Craig in left with Simbira in center. Hoy in right here for Enderlin. Clausen still behind the plate. Lund over at first base with Lofman at second. Adargo, that's Orion at shortstop, and Avery Finger over at third with Gruba, third pitcher of the day, on the mound, missing outside for a ball. And this could now be maybe the old unintentional, intentional walk, but the guy behind him and Jack Bjornsson also has a 3-run home run. But if you like that matchup a little better, as Winter laces one in the air, and that'll get over the right fielder into right field. 1 run comes in, the second run coming in. Winter's in around second. He's on his way to third. Look at the big man go. Winter slides in with a clearing triple, and the Grovers have taken a 13-12 advantage. Butenhoff will come in and score alongside with Henderson. Winter, a double away from the cycle. That'll be his 5th run driven in of the game as well for your number 3 spot in the lineup as it goes to Jack Bjornsson. And Bjornsson takes one outside for a ball. So how the tables have turned, if you will, as Oak Grove here in the bottom of the 5th now leads. And it will be Enderlin down to their final 6 outs potentially once we head to the 6th, if they can't come back and take a lead. Don't think our supply of scoring is going to go out anytime soon in this game. It's gone down a little bit if there's a stock market in terms of buying and selling. You were buying runs in the first 2 innings, selling a little bit after in terms of the volume of runs. But your market share is really good right now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jack Bjornsson. 1 of 3 in this game as we are reaching the 1 hour and 45-minute mark. It'll work outside. It's now 3-1. If you're in Northern Cass and if you're the Ball-Star fans, patience is a virtue. By the time we get to your game where they rake the field, get their I.O. in, and back to some business a little bit later on. This is a hot shot that nearly picks Winter off as that'll go foul at 3-2. Jack Bjornsson will come on here. And Bjornsson, strike 3, looking to retire the side. They do leave a runner on, but a new score here for the Oak Grove Grovers. If they now have 3 runs in the inning, they take a 13-12 lead as we head to the 6th.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
13-12 here on YourLiveEvent.com for the Oak Grove Grovers. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base, capped by that 2 RBI triple by Zach Winter as 3 runs come across for Oak Grove. 25 runs combined. Could it be first to 15? We said earlier in the game could be first to 20. Still could have that as an opportunity. But right now, Bjornsson, 3 innings of work 4 innings of work in relief. We're going to see if he can continue the momentum. When you take a look at what he's been able to do, at least in the last 2 innings, went up against 5 batters in the 4th, just 4 batters in the 5th, and getting a little bit more, as we talked about, some rhythm brewing, where finding the strike zone, able to get the ball, get it right back to the pitcher behind home plate. Enderlin Oak Grove survive and advance. It doesn't matter if it's 1-0. It doesn't matter if it's 20-19. If you win today, you give your chance and yourself a shot tomorrow. 2 teams that are in the driver's seat, Central Cass and Kindred, they got 1 game tomorrow, and they can hightail it out of here and kind of enjoy the weekend. And for any of those dual sport athletes, got to get ready for the Southeast Regional Track and Field Meet on Saturday in Kindred. We'll have that for you right here on yourliveevent.com. Well, if you're one of these 4 teams still remaining with the Ball Stars, the Jags, the Grovers, and the Eagles, win today, win tomorrow, and then win tomorrow again. That puts yourself in the final 3. Anything other than that, your season will come to a close tomorrow in Oaks. As we head to the 6th inning, what does Enderlin have for an answer here? They have answered the bell when they've needed to so far throughout the course of the game, as Avery Finger hits this one foul. It's 0-1. When Oak Grove got up 10-9, Enderlin put up 2 runs in the 3rd inning to have that answer and take the lead back at 11-10 after the top of the 3rd. Finger sees this one outside for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. If you missed any of our coverage earlier of the Region 1 baseball tournament, you can simply check out our website, yourliveevent.com, or our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event. Go watch games on repeat on demand. You're home for the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 1st and the 2nd. 10 years now that the Shields Softball All-Star Series has been around. This one is popped up in the air. We'll see if it's playable, if it can stay in the yard. There's a signing play by the pitcher. Jack Bjornson getting down and dirty, and a little grass stain for Mom to clean later tonight. Nice play by Jack. And there's 1 down here for Bjornson. As it goes to Wyatt Lund. Wyatt Lund will come up 1 of 3 with a run scored back in the 1st inning, hit into a double play in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 4th. Speaking of anniversaries when it comes to All-Stars, as we see the pitch by Bjornson, this is foul back, 0-1. Lions All-Star Basketball Series, 50 years coming up this summer. 50 years that has been around now. The first handful of years were just a boys All-Star game. Then they got the girls into the swing of things. This is called a strike. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Also going to check out the new digs in Bismarck here at the Bismarck State College. That'll be coming up here in July. That'll be now 1 and 2. And at Fargo South on July 9th, Bismarck on July 8th. Those 2 on yourliveevent.com as well. Breaking ball, got him looking. Wyatt Lund is retired, and Bjornson gets his 4th strikeout in relief, as he has retired 6 of the last 7 batters. To Tegan Odargo, looking to get on board, and if he can, then it goes back to top of the lineup, and where it has been potent today for Enderlin with the Grubas, the Clausens, the Simbiras of the world, as this one works outside for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Going back through Class B baseball here, Lamore, Litchell, Marion, and Thompson have really owned the last handful of seasons in terms of state tournament coverage. Very similar to Thompson and Park River, Fordville, Lincoln prior to the COVID year in terms of what they were able to do 4 years in a row playing at a state championship game. Swing and a miss. Bjornson with the first 3 up, 3 down inning here of the contest. Put that on your bingo card here today on yourliveevent.com. 13-12 as we make our way to the bottom of the 6th. Enderlin down by 1 with the Grovers coming to the plate.
What was that? Is that top insurance? No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop insurance. Maybe Toupee. Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know. Or Taupe insurance, maybe? I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Get ahead of your spring planting needs with flowers, shrubs, and trees. Watts Ace Hardware Greenhouse is open now. Watts Ace Hardware, a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware and check out their greenhouse, which is open right now. High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Enderlin looking for something similar, a 3-up, 3-down inning if they can get it from the Eagles' perspective as Gruba continues to work on the mound here in the sixth. As it stands right now, the Grovers looking for a little insurance before we head to the seventh. Enderlin trying to keep this a 1, maybe a 2-run game at most, and then get your top of the lineup with 1, 2, and 3 batters due up in the seventh. But first things first, got to get 3 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. As the sophomore catcher, Middig, first pitch swinging, it's 0-1. Punched a couple of singles so far here today, and Kramer came in to score for him in the second on the courtesy runner. Here's the 0-1 pitch upcoming to the sophomore catcher. That'll work outside for a ball. It's 1-1. You know what would be good on a day like today, like an ice cream cone or a popsicle, like a little freeze, one of those icy freezes? That would be pretty good. Kind of that first summer's day. Here's the 1-1. It's now 2-1. One of those white and pink like strawberry popsicles. Those are pretty good. 2-1 pitch. As Gruba, righty-lefty matchup, sees this one for a strike. It's 2-2. Game nearing the 2-hour mark. A 2-2 pitch. I'll miss outside for a ball. Clausen trying to frame it now. 3-2. 3-2 going to be a walk. We'll see if Segan gets a courtesy runner coming on as he's done throughout the course of today, and it will be Kramer. We'll come back into the contest as we get back to the freshman on the way with DeFiore coming up to the plate. DeFiore grounded out his last time up. Looking to bunt, takes it back for a ball. It's 1-0. Oak Grove, 3 runs in the first, 7 runs in the second, 3 runs in the fifth for their scoring output so far today. While for Enderlin, 8 runs in the first, a run in the second, 2 runs in the third, 1 run in the fourth. We still have Northern Cass and the Ball Stars upcoming here later tonight in Oaks. This one is called the strike. As DeFiore takes the bump back, it's now 1-1. As Gruba sees the 1-1. DeFiore with the bunt. Gruba is going to play it, trying to get the lead runner at second, but overthrew the second baseman. It went off of the glove of Loftman there. And Loftman, the 8th grader, just unable to bring it back down. That would have been a clean throw by Gruba. They would have got the out at second instead on the error. And we'll see Kramer get to second base, and DeFiore will stand at first, and we'll get the Oak Grove Grovers to come in as we have a quick time across the way here for Oak Grove. And in doing so, seeing if we get a new batter into the contest as well on top of it. Meininger is due up. Talking over here what they want to do with nobody else. With nobody out, you can kind of have a little bit of everything. You can still go for the bunt if you want. You can try to play. Hey, Alex had a couple of good swings so far today. Trying to barrel one up one more time and see if he can get the guys running around the base pass. So where does Oak Grove want to go here as Alex Meininger has been hitting the cover off the ball. A single and 2 doubles today with 2 runs scored so far for the right fielder. Or is it about moving guys up 90 feet As taking a big swing at that one was Meininger the entire way. It's 0-1 as Gruba works ahead in the count. Here's the 0-1. There'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Corner infielders playing about even with the bag, while the shortstop and second baseman trying to see if they can maybe have a chance turn 2 to play it. There's a 1-2 pitch here upcoming to Meininger. As Gruba looking for his first out here at the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-2, that'll work outside for a ball. Now 2-2. Gruba able to see this one more time. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and Meininger is retired, and a large out at that as there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. As Beck Olvin will dig in now with 1 down. Then it goes to the number 9 batter with McCullough after that. Grovers going to add on some insurance here if they can. And there's a base hit into left field. Craig is going to play it there. Going to wave the runner. Craig's throw is going to be to the cutoff man. Adargo's not going to make the play. And Beck Olvin, Pertz pitch swinging, has made it a 14-12 contest. Kramer comes in to score as DiFiore goes to second base. Olvin gets the run driven in and a base hit as well on top of it. And the starters here on the way for Oak Grove, nearly all of them with at least find a way to get on base except for 1 here today. Colton McCullough hits one right back up the middle. Adargo goes off his glove. Trying to score here is the freshman DiFiore. He will easily come in and score. And just like that, a couple of swings, a couple of runs. The Grovers lead by 3. DiFiore comes in from second base. Olvin goes to second. And now Colton McCullough gets on board for the 3rd time today. And now it's to Elliot Butenhoff. And we'll get a pitching change upcoming. So Gruba is going to be retired. Looks like here it's 15-12 in favor of Oak Grove.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Still to come, we'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. You can check out the World of Outlaw late models on Tuesday, June 30th in Ada. Tickets now available at normancountyraceway.com. All still to come, we'll hear from a member or two of the victorious team. Get to our connection of the game brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company. That and more is still to come. The question is, how many more runs will we put up on the board as we have 27 combined between these two teams? That's a new record this year, just for this year's games in terms of most runs combined for a game, as this works for a ball to Elliot Butenhoff. So Orion Adargo comes back on to pitch for his second stint, trying to bookend it here, but also get a couple outs. This is a ball as well. If you just joined us, at one point, Enderlin led 8-0 after a half inning of play. Winter with a 3-run homer for Oak Grove to kind of get them settled in, as this is going to make its way to third base and through eventually for a C&I single. Butenhoff gets aboard for his 4th time, and now it goes to James Henderson. Olvin at third, McCullough at second, Butenhoff at first. James Henderson with 3 runs scored here in this one. As for the Grovers, we're going to add on to it and even break this game open, might you say, here in the 6th. As this misses low for a ball, it's 1-0. Henderson with 2 runs driven in today. 2 for 3 at the plate, with a double and a single in the second and first, respectively. As Adargo with the 1-0, smothered by Clausen, it's now 2-0. Infield in for Enderlin. Old saying in baseball, infield tight is a hitter's delight. Just try to get a little, check swing. Sometimes just pop that one over on an uppercut swing, especially with 1 out, trying to get a sacrifice fly. Just don't undercut it so much where you can't get it out of the infield. 3-0 count, nowhere to put Henderson. Adargo missing for a 4-pitch walk. Alvin comes in to score. McCullough will take third base. Butenhoff goes to second, and Henderson gets his 3rd run driven in. And here comes the senior, Zach Winter. He's a double shy of the cycle. A 3-run homer, a triple, and a single here today with a pop-out in the 4th inning. And Winter went for the fences. It's 0-1. 8th batter to the plate here in the inning for the Oak Grove Grovers. 5 runs driven in, 2 runs scored here for Winter. The 0-1 nearly hit him. It's now 1-1. And Jack Bjornsson due up next. The 3 and 4 batters have 8 runs driven in. And then you add Henderson to that on the 2 spot. They have driven in 11 of the 16 runs here today for Oak Grove between the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the lineup here this afternoon. Getting to early evening from when this game started, back at 4:09. Dargo works ahead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to one-hop the catcher. Coming in to score from third base will be McCullough. Butenhoff takes to third base. Henderson now at second. It's 17-12. And the 4th run of the inning to come in and score. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The senior first baseman, as the infield will still come in yet again. Try to take the run down if there's anything hit on the ground. The 2-2. Missing. Now 3-2. Three-two pitch. Winter takes a ball. He will earn a walk. Bases are full and nowhere to put Jack Bjornsson. As we'll get a quick meeting on the mound, and Orion Adargo is trying to get a couple of pitches, and a couple of guys out unable to do so, and we'll get another pitching change. We'll let you know who's coming up here for Kevin Bratland and the Eagles around the corner.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
High school baseball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. A couple of different ways to look at this. Enderlin all of a sudden is now trailing it by 5. If you give up a grand slam, you're trailing it by 9, and now the mercy run rule comes into effect potentially if that were to happen. But if you're the Enderlin Eagles, get a couple outs, you're still get a chance in the 7th. But if you're Oak Grove as it stands, you might be able to, but you need a couple more base runners, obviously, to do so. As they'll make the change, Gruba will go behind the plate. Clausen, the catcher, will now take the mound. And Clausen on top of that, this will be his second appearance here in the tournament. He had 4 pitches in Kindred back on Tuesday. As it goes to Jack Bjornson here. For the Oak Grove Grovers, it's one of those games where everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the first inning. 8 runs, 5 hits, walked a handful of batters, just couldn't really do much against Enderlin. As the Eagles, the most runs they've given up this season was in their last game. That was 21 against the Kindred Vikings. Back on Tuesday, while the most runs scored for the Oak Grove Grovers this year was a 15-3 win against Enderlin back on March the 30th. First pitch swinging, this one's hit in the air to left, and that'll get by the left fielder, Craig, and we'll see how far the carousel can go here. Butenhoff is in, Henderson is in, Winter, he's rounding second on his way to third. 2 runs come across, and the Grovers now lead it 19-12. Jack Bjornson able to see that one on a line, gets by the left fielder, Craig, as it now goes back around, and the lineup here as we have a courtesy runner coming to the game. As coming in for Oak Grove will be Oliver Hegvig, the junior. So Hegvig comes on, and now all of a sudden a 3-run homer puts the game away as an example, if it was to happen with that mercy run rule. This is a lazy pop-up. That's going to drop and come in for a base hit as the infield was in trying to take the run down. And even if it was in normal depth, I'm not sure if it would have mattered as Segan perfectly hit that one off the end of the bat. Winter comes in to score on the run driven in as Hegvig takes third base now. And then you have Segan over at first as Oak Grove will make its way with DeFori to the plate. So runners at the corners as it stands, and we'll get a runner coming in here with Kramer now over at first base. So runners at the corners. Run comes in. 7 runs in the inning. And going all the way into going all the way to second base will be Kramer. So Hegvig at third base, Kramer gets to second. The reason why you're doing so is what we just alluded to. If you can win now, don't have to worry about 3 more outs. That saves an arm potentially for Oak Grove later on in this tournament. As this works outside to DeFori, it's 1-0. DeFori and Meininger trying to put the game away here for Oak Grove. 1 base hit will just about do it. It'll be a mercy run rule as it doesn't going through. It's now 2-0. Clausen with the 2-0 pitch. Good breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Sun making its way through kind of a hazy sky here today in Oaks. 2 balls, 1 strike. Clausen with a high leg kick. This will run in for a ball. Now 3-1. DeFori, we'll see if he takes a rip at this one. Sees it miss for a 5-pitch walk. And bases full for Oak Grove and nowhere to put Meininger. And now what it does with the bases full, a walk does put a run in to score here for the Grovers. 12th batter to the plate here for the Grovers in the inning. Meininger hits one in the air down the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball. Didn't miss it by much to try to end the game. It's a ringing foul ball. Meininger with a couple of doubles earlier today. Another one here puts the game away. A single might put the game away. The 0-1. Going to be hit on the ground. That's through for a base hit. One run comes in. They're seeing the second run going to come in to score as well. And the Grovers are going to 10-run rule the Enderlin Eagles 22-12 as this game has gone final. Hegvik will come in to score alongside with Kramer in a game that finishes at 6:23 here this afternoon. 2 hours and 14 minutes as the Oak Grove Grovers 22-12 win it here over the Enderlin Eagles, and in doing so, they survive and advance as they will move on here in game number 7 and play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against the Oaks Tornadoes here in our first of 2 loser out contests. Again, Oak Grove 22-12. We're back with our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. That's coming up around the corner next year as we'll hear from a member of the Victoria's team. Take a look at the finals, that and more still to come here today from Oaks.
Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we come back here on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Check out the races coming up in Ada throughout the summer months for racing on the radio. And to get your tickets throughout the summer, go to normancountyraceway.com. That, again, is normancountyraceway.com. As it's now time to get to some of our players of the game, our play of the contest, that and more. As well as first things first, we will get to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. That's halsteadtel.com. And the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the lineup for the Grovers again in this game with Henderson, Winter, and Bjornsson plated 13 of the 22 runs. That is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection with Henderson, Winter, and Bjornsson. Go to halsteadtel.com. Our Enbridge Energy players of the game, go to enbridge.com for career opportunities for both Winter and Bjornsson, as Bjornsson was able to come in, Jack, in relief, 5 innings of work, 6 hits, 3 runs that were earned, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Also had a 3-run homer in the game. Goes 2 for 5. Winter goes 3 for 4. One shy of the cycle with 3 runs and 5 runs driven in with 3 runs scored as well. Again, that is our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. We'll hear from one of those 2 players coming up around the corner. That is next. All right, I can't see which one. I got Zach or Jack?
Zach.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we come back here on our post-game show, just talking a little bit off air with whether Zach or Jack, either way. It was a nice tandem play here, and Zach Winter joined us again with that 3-run home run in the bottom of the first inning to kind of give the Grovers that shot in the arm. Zach, I know you never want to get down 8-love in a baseball game and find a way to come back 22-12, but what did that 3-run homer just take us through? You almost missed, you almost hit it on the first pitch, you got it on the second. Just take us through what that did for you guys, moving forward.
That built up a lot of momentum for us. Being down 8-0 is not great, but if we can get that in the first inning and build off that, it's awesome.
What did you see from Jack Bjornsson to come in relief and really get things going with 5 quality innings in relief to pick up the win?
He just threw strikes. That's all we needed. We could make the plays, but just being able to throw strikes really did it for us.
Then you got Henderson at the plate as well for James. 3 runs driven in, 4 runs scored. Just talk about what he does in the lineup in front of you.
Being able to have him have consistent hits and be able to get on base and bring people in is amazing.
Final thing is, Zach, a game like this, how many times have you played a game where you got to score 22 runs to win a baseball game here?
I don't know how many that's been for me, but I think this might be the first.
Hey, Zach, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon as you continue here in the region tournament.
Thank you.
Zach Winter again joining us here as he'll hand the headset off to Jack Bjornson in a moment, as this is, again, our post-game show. And this is our Players of the Game brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities to go to one guy who hits a 3-run homer to another here with Jack Bjornson now. And Jack, congratulations on the win. First things first, how does this one feel for you?
It feels really good. It's a good start to regionals. We had a rough start, but getting momentum into it, and our offense and defense as well really came back.
You give up 8 runs there in the top of the first inning when Zach Winter hit that 3-run homer. Just take us through what was kind of going in the dugout. All of a sudden, okay, now it's an 8-0 game to an 8-3 game there in the first.
It kind of just gave us the momentum to know that we were going to be fine this game and we could trust our offense. And, there's a lot of game left when you got 7 innings to play and you're only in the first. So getting that home run right away really just started us off momentum-wise.
Take us through your 3-run homer in the second inning that was part of 7 runs there, and at that time taking the lead at 10-9 as well in that inning. Jack, just take us through what you're kind of seeing at the plate.
Honestly, I was looking for something to drive. I was looking right center, just trying to push something and give the guys on base a way to go, and ended up just getting a piece of it.
Final thing, Jack, I asked Zach this question. Have you been in a game like this before, down 8, and then you 10-run rule a team, later in 6? Have you ever been a part of a high school game like this before?
No, this is never something like this in my life. It was honestly a really fun game and good for the guys to get it used to.
Hey, we'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Jack, congratulations again on the win.
Awesome, thank you.
Again, Jack Bjornson, part of our Players of the Game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. As we continue with more here on our post-game show, as we get to our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the contest. And I think also you got to give it a little bit to Jack in terms of coming in relief after DiFiore and alongside Williams were only able to get 1 inning in terms of outs. Bjornson was able to finish it off and do a really good job in relief and started getting a rhythm of 3 up, 3 down, 6. Only went 4 batters in the 5th, 5 batters in the 4th, and he got a rhythm going after coming on here for Jack Bjornson on the mound as well. That is our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer. Go to Agassiz Precision website for upcoming information once you get done with your planting, or even looking to 2027 planting season at Agassiz Precision Ag at planterdoc.com. This is our Norman County Raceway post-game report. Earlier today here on your liveevent.com, games that have gone final. 4-1 Kindred, Oaks 9-2 over Central Cass over Oaks 9-2, and then Oak Grove 22-12. So far eliminated in this tournament, the 8 seed of Lisbon and now the 9 seed of Enderlin. We'll get to our next elimination game with Northern Cass and the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossville, Lidgerwood. Went the win for Oak Grove. They'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So Kindred Central Cass at 11 o'clock in the semifinals. Oak Grove against Oaks will be our first loser out game, followed by Sargent County will play the winner of this game. And then the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock matchups will play at 6 o'clock later in the night for the final loser-out contest. Your final again on the Norman County Raceway post-game report, 22-12, Oak Grove. Tip of the cap to Enderlin. Really good baseball game early, just couldn't keep that offense going throughout the course of the contest. That does it for our post-game show. Coming up here in just about a half hour, we'll get to the opening pitch of Northern Cass and the Ball Stars. That's around the corner on your liveevent.com.